morning. There's something special about latte art. When you nail it, it's a nice feeling. When we are just starting out, latte art is really frustrating. For me at least anyway, there's something about the raw skill that goes into making a glossy, contrasty, neat looking pattern. I really struggle to get beautiful latte art consistently. But I know that if my milk isn't very good quality, my ability to steam the milk, then my latte art is going to suffer every single time. So let's look at that. How do we steam really high quality milk? How do we get something super glossy and super silky? Milk is made up mostly of water. There's some fats in there, and there's a bunch of proteins, and there's a whole bunch of other stuff too, like minerals. It's these proteins that give you the ability to make a foam. If you look at a foam close up, you'll see that there's actually a structure trapping the air like a balloon. It's these proteins that make that structure. They wrap around the air as you inject it into the milk with your steam wand. Cool, right? If you think about the foam that you're trying to create, like millions of little air balloons, you can fill the air balloons to be really large, or you can create them to be really, really small. That very tight foam is what we're looking for. You really only want to steam as much milk as you need. If you're making one drink, you only want to steam enough milk for that one drink. It's easiest to steam milk when the milk is vertical instead of being horizontal. Does that make sense? If I put the same amount of milk in both of these jugs, the milk would come up quite high on this little jug, and it would come up still very low in this jug. It's easier to create really silky milk if you keep the milk more vertical, because there's more space under it for the air to get in and sort of mix up and create those foam bubbles. So if you're doing one small drink, it's helpful to have a small jug. If you're doing multiple drinks, then obviously that's where this guy comes in. But it's pretty hard to steam beautiful silky milk if it's a very small amount in a large jug. So with a milk jug with enough milk in it, we can now look at putting the steam wand into the milk. There is an angle. The angle that the steam wand enters the milk kind of helps you get really silky milk or really bubbly milk. There is a very precise angle. It is exactly 42.2 degrees. I'm just kidding, that's not true. If you head straight up and down, like this, you're gonna get really bubbly milk. It's easier if you have it on a bit of an angle. And it's different for every machine, and its placement on the machine, but if you can get an angle into the milk so that you can swirl and spin the milk, but the angle kind of really helps get that silkiness. You can control the amount of foam that you inject into the milk by controlling the depth of the steam wand in the milk. If the tip is just below the surface, stop it, then you're going to create more foam, and you can hear it. Alternatively, to stop creating foam and just keep adding heat to the process, then you sink it just below the surface, right down to the bottom. To create more foam, tip is just below the surface, and to stop creating as much foam and just continue adding heat, you can sink the steam wand deep into the milk. There's too many innuendos. You can hear the difference in the two stages, in the foaming stage and the heating stage. They sound different. Morning. The longer you hold the steam wand in a position where it makes that scratching, almost kissing sound, somebody once said to me it sounds like kissing. I don't know how they do it. To me, it sounds more like scratching. The longer you hold the milk jug in that scratching position, the more foam you get. If the steam wand is too deep in the milk, all the way to the bottom of the milk jug, especially when the milk is cold at the very beginning of steaming, it creates this awful squealing sound. It means that you're not creating foam, there's no air making its way into the milk, so no foam's going to form and you're going to get very, very flat milk, and it is a surefire sign of an amateur. When it comes to creating the foam, you kind of only want to create as much foam as you need. Now, we know that cappuccinos need a lot of foam, and lattes, flat whites and other drinks like that tend to have less foam on them. What some people do is they create as much foam as they can, and then they have to spoon off all of the excess that they don't need. That's not that professional. You really only need to create as much foam as you need so you don't have to go through the process of spooning foam out. The steam velocity as it leaves the steam wand is going to help you get really good foam or really ruin your foam. What you want is you want a fast velocity. You want the steam to be really shooting out of the steam wand. Now, most commercial machines are pretty easy to adjust how much pressure the steam comes out at, and you can do that by adjusting the boiler temperature for the steam boiler. For home espresso machines, that's a little bit harder. So if you're brewing on a home espresso machine, you might want to look at getting a different steam tip. The steam tip will have, usually on home espresso machines, really big fat holes, which reduces the pressure and reduces the velocity that the steam exits the steam tip. So if you can, maybe look at getting an upgrade, and that might give you a better chance of getting a really beautiful silky milk. Milk with a high fat content is going to stay shinier for longer. Kind of makes sense, right? The fat globules within the milk break down and turn into oil, giving you that really shiny sheen. Some people are just naturals at spinning milk and pouring latte art. I am not one of those people. It took me a solid year to be able to pour the simplest of designs. I found it incredibly frustrating, so if you're in that position, I'm right there with you. Key to good latte art, what'd you say?
Repetition.
Repetition? How many times have you got to do it?
Heaps.
Like a million?
Like thousands of times at least.
Good.
Hundreds of thousands even.
Hundreds of thousands?
Yeah.
Wait. Hey guys, see you heckling. What's the key to good latte art? You need the microphone.
Good milk.
Good milk. Good milk. Key to good latte art?
A good beard.
A good beard. Really silky milk with the right amount of foam is the base for all good latte art. By controlling the depth of the steam wand, you control the amount of foam that you create. By setting the steam wand on a bit of an angle so that you can get a whirlpool effect, you're going to break up any large bubbles and you're going to get a really tight microfoam. Use a good quality milk and tune your steam wand's pressure, and you are well on the way to producing world-class latte art. I hope that these videos are valuable to you. If this video earned your subscription, I'd really love it if you took a moment and click subscribe. If you know somebody that this video might be of value to, it would be great if you could pass it on. That's all. Thanks for watching.